All right, everyone. Welcome to Ben's Brick Designs. I'm Ben. Thank you for being here. Welcome to the stream. Happy Thursday. I hope you've had a good week. We're going to be doing some more Microfighter stands today. Those stands are things that make your Microfighter pop a little bit. So if you've got some existing little sets, and again, here's the example that we used last time. Hello, Missy and Bev. How are you? Thank you for being here as always. So, as if you are trying to get into doing some MOCs, and we'll go ahead and pull up. Where's my instructions? And you have little MOCs like this, little spaceships or little cars or something, and you want to kind of display them kind of nice. You can always build a little stand for them and make everything kind of pop a little bit. So that's what we're going to be doing for this. This is for Brick Rodeo. I'll be displaying maybe 100 of these. So if there's enough table space. If there's not enough table space, I'll just display however much we have room for. But I've been trying over the years to make stands, and this one needs to be saved to get a label for it so it knows, people know what ship it is. In fact, I'll go ahead and put some pieces on here. So over the years I've been doing this to kind of separate it from other people's MOCs, so it kind of has a little bit of pizzazz to it. Plus, it makes it easy for them to be displayed if they all have sort of this square footprint, right? They all line up like this, and it's really easy to say, well, I've got 100 of these, and they all at least line up at this wide. Some of them have wider, wingspans, or they stick out a little bit, so it really depends. So yeah, now once I get my labeler, I can then put, Crimson Firehawk on this. Oh, camera locked up again. This happened last time. Seems to be happening a lot lately. So now it's ready to go. Oh wait. Ready to be displayed at a convention. Get a little label on the front and everybody knows what that is. So I think this will probably be it for making stands. I think I want to finalize a number for whatever I'm bringing to the convention, because I don't want to spend all day setting things up. And it may or may not pan out that I can do a lot of these. It's also good to have kind of as a filler. Little MOCs like this to fill in spaces where, especially if you've just got a table and somebody isn't using like base plates or something, you can kind of fill in areas around where you're set up. So we still have a good pile of them here, right over here, to get started on. So I thought I'd start with this is the so if you can kind of see this. This is the it's called the Crucible, I think, but it's called like a Paladin class cruiser. And it's got this weird little collection of engines on the back. And these hooks are kind of falling apart. So they kind of look like this. May have to redo this a little bit. They're supposed to be slightly spread out. Kind of like that. So they're a little straight on the back, but like this. So very kind of Corellian, but not Corellian, right? This is the ship that was used by Hu Yang, the droid lightsaber archivist, and he would take younglings to the planet Ilum to make lightsabers. And I've kind of forgotten how this goes together, so we're going to try to get this back into shape. I think it goes like this. We see this ship in the Clone Wars, and it's a great little arc with some different species of younglings than we've seen before. Yeah, that's not going to go very well. So I don't, this is a real fragile one because those side pieces, I am not used to where this camera is yet. The side pieces are barely hanging on there. But that's kind of how it looks. Anyway, Hu Yang would take them to the planet Ilum. And Ilum is where they would find kyber crystals that they could use for their lightsabers. So they would go into these ice caves and look for these crystals. And they kind of would feel around with the Force and locate one that spoke to them, and then they could use that in the creation of their lightsaber. What's up, Johnny? How's it going? I'm doing well, thank you. Can't complain. It's been a kind of a short week. We're gonna get a half day tomorrow that I'll be spending getting ready for a party this weekend. We got a birthday party this weekend. I am getting older, so that's what we're doing. So we're gonna have people over and sing some karaoke. I also went to Bricks and Minifigs and got some Batsmans, and I think I got the right ones. These are close enough, I think. Thank you, Beth. I think it's Batmans. Multiple Batman is Batmans, because Batman is actually like a trademark name. So you wouldn't say Batmen. I don't know. What do y'all think? Anyway. Ooh, this one comes with a camera. I still need a batarang for some of these. So these would be for the 3 Batmobiles that I have. And I think I got the right ones here. So yeah, again, I'm not used to the camera here. So we've got one for the 1989. Although this one I think is just the Lego Movie Batman. But if I put a cape on it, it kind of looks like the Michael Keaton one. It's not exactly. This one would be for the animated series, but I know it's not perfect for the animated series. And then the last one would be for the Tumbler, the Dark Knight one. Come on, camera. I don't think there's enough light on it. But if I turn this ring light on, it's not going to make it any better. Well, maybe. Yeah, you can kind of see that. Anyway. So yeah, got some Batmans so I can start making the Batmobile Microfighters. So I'm excited for that. Even if they're not 100% correct, I'll figure it out. What's up, George? Older and wiser, yes. Batmenzies. So, the planet Ilum is a dark, crystal-y kind of planet. Where'd my mouse go? It also, if you are unaware of the lore of Ilum, Ilum is also what was turned into, you can also see it in Jedi Fallen Order and Jedi Survivor. I think just Jedi Fallen Order. Forget which one comes first. I think Fallen Order comes first. Cal Kestis goes to Ilum and finds a crystal and whatever. And you can see this big stripe in the middle of the planet right here. It's because Ilum got turned into Star Killer base in the First Order. What's up, Cliff? How's it going? Thanks for coming by. Hope you're doing well. So we're going to make a sort of frozen-y, spiky, icy planet out of this, which means I'm going to start with, I think, white. And I'm out of 8x8 plates, like fully out. So I'm gonna get some 4x8 plates. Okay, I'm even running out of 4x8 plates for white. I'm just gonna grab some plates and start building. We will cover it in white though, and the highlighted portions can be white or dark gray, and then we'll put some blue and some shiny stuff on it. I don't have too many parts that act as like crystals, and if I do, I don't know where I put them. Luckily, I found them. Whole drawer of them. So, first things first, I'm out of the stand pieces. So we're using, in a pinch, these trans 1x2 bricks. Doing 6 high until I can order some more of those. And again, these two pieces are real fragile because I'm decided I needed complications in my life. So you can see this guy's he's real long. This is one of the bigger ones. These engines in the back had to kind of be built in a certain way to get them to look like that. These things are such a pain in the butt. So we'll have it like this. And then the outside of the planet is snowy. It's got these crystals on it. I think I'm going to do, I don't know. I think I'm going to do the silvery ones just because I have more of those. And I'll keep the, oh, these aren't real crystals anyway. These are those like thruster pieces that kind of are crystal-ish. Use those for fountains and stuff. These are the actual crystal pieces. So I'm just going to scatter those around. I'm going to leave a little bit of that space so we know where to put it all. Then we're going to get some white tiles. And this is going to be kind of haphazardly thrown in there. Some of those. I think I might want to put a couple on different levels. So what we'll do is we'll get some 2x2 plates and just kind of throw them around on there. Not a ton, just a few. Put some back here, right next to the thing. Maybe one up here, one over here, kind of off-centered. And then we'll put down some tiles. So still watching the World Cup, and then I think I'm gonna put a bunch of these guys around there. The group stage for the World Cup is almost over, and the knockout stage will be starting soon. Couple really good games today. The Ecuador versus, oh, who are they playing? No, I forgot. Germany. Ecuador versus Germany, and they Ecuador kind of stole it with about 5 minutes to go. They're doing really well. So some of these on the white and some of these on the dark gray. More tiles. And this ought to do it. Okay, I don't want to get too crazy with this. Like one more crystal right about here. Ought to do it. There you go. There's your there's your stand. There's some 2x4 bricks on here. And the label front. So you can put your label on it. And there's Ilum. Could probably do, now that I think about it, maybe a few more crystals. I've got this whole thing in here, and I barely use any of this, so I think I'm just going to load up on it a little more. Maybe have some of them overlap a little bit. So what's everybody been up to? How's everybody's week so far? Post Brick World Chicago. Yeah, that's a little better. Ilum. So now Hu Yang can take all his students to Ilum to find their kyber crystals for their lightsabers. So there you go. All right, that's one. We got one done tonight. I had Torchy's tacos and some chips, and I ate way too many chips. This one we can probably do. I don't know what we'll do in front of it though. Yes, glad tomorrow is Friday. So this one already has a label. I don't like that it's on a black tile, but it's still labeled. This is the Fondor. This is Luthen Rail's ship from Andor. I'm particularly proud of this ship because it just looks the part. It's got the wings that can do, you know, the double hinged wings, off-centered canopy. Oh fuck! I gotta figure out how to. Yeah, it's got the double-edged wings and everything. It's a cool ship, cool little ship. But it's on a big piece of space, just black tile. So keep this. Don't need to relabel anything, and we'll keep all this. I don't need these. So the Fondor was seen. We could probably put it on. I'm trying to remember if it was. I guess it was Coruscant, but he never landed it in the city. He landed it on the outskirts, but he also landed on the outskirts of a couple other planets, and I'm trying to remember the one that he took, or that he met Andor on. I think it was whatever planet had that like big celestial event that was called like the Eye of whatever it was, and it was like sort of like a green dell area, like a depression in a field somewhere. So maybe if I just looked up. I don't want to get too crazy with it, so we'll just look up planets from Andor. Tomorrow's the last day of vacation. Mineral, I think that's the one that had the eye thing. Nope, I was wrong. Cyanur 73. I don't think that's right either. Yeah, that's a test facility. Oh, I hate all these sites that are like, you've got an ad blocker on. Yes, I do. Locations. Aldani? I think it was Aldani. Yep, right there. There's the lush green highlands and sparkling clear waterways. Cool. So we're just going to put this guy in the midst of a small little rolling Scottish hill looking thing. So first things first is I got to get some green. And I just so happen to have a green 8x8, so that's a good start. Now this green looks like it's lighter green. I think the best way to do it is probably just do let's do a couple of plates on the side to kind of give it like some slope. Well, you know what? I have slopes. Bucket of slopes. What if I have any sand green? So I think sand green would be ideal for this. Or olive green, maybe? Let's do both and see what happens. We'll just put them both on here. That works really well. Too well. It's too big. Too big. A couple more and then we'll put some plates on it. So I haven't seen a ton of Lego news lately. I've lost my mouse. I haven't really seen anything major sets wise. Our big 1st of June sets have already come out, and I don't think there's like a big push for July 1st sets. It is Amazon Prime week, so I think there's still 2 days left. So if you haven't, there's a huge list of, I think on Jay's Brick blog. Oh yeah, DBZ is announced. I did see that. There's a lot of sets that are discounted on Amazon. The Bricklink Designer Program still being talked about, has some sets coming out. The Amazon Prime Day, there's not a ton of discounts. I mean, there are about 30-40 sets discounted, and I think the biggest discount I've seen is a 40% discount, and it was for a botanical set. There's a couple other 40s and like 35 to 37, and then everything else is like 20% off. So it's not great. But if you're looking to get any of the sets in the list, maybe a good time to get it. It's hard to tell. Painted myself into a corner, picking sand green. There we go. And then yes, Dragon Ball Z. Announced. I know my kid and I are going to be very excited about that. Very big Dragon Ball Z fans. But I'll be honest, that looks like a figure heavy one. I'm trying to... Oh yeah, Shenron. That'd be cool. The dragon that shows up when you gather all the Dragon Balls on Earth, at least, you get a wish. And most of the time, the DBZ characters are trying to wish themselves back from the dead. Because they die fighting somebody. Okay, now that's good enough for that. So I don't exactly know what they're going to do with those. Okay. There's your ground. Dang it. Right there. Donkey Kong arcade machine coming. $200 seems very off. Yeah, for 1,300 pieces, that needs to be a 130, 140 maybe dollar set. It's way overpriced. I'd be interested to see if they put any like smart bricks in that, but I think smart bricks are still just Star Wars for now. I haven't heard of them doing anything else with it. So let's see. I want to put probably need to put it back a little bit like that. So we'll do this. Got lots of dark tan. So we'll do dark tan. Good enough for me. This is a different brick. I'd rather use this brick for other things. We'll throw this guy back on there. This also should just be called Fondor. So there's that argument about ship naming conventions. Whether or not you call something the and the name of the ship. The Millennium Falcon, the Fondor, the Crucible, right? Or if you just call them Millennium Falcon. Get back to Millennium Falcon. Get back to Corvus. Get back to Enterprise, right? When you're writing these things out, it's really hard to consider the ship itself a location versus a thing. When you're telling somebody to go home, you're like, go home. I know what home is. Go back to Falcon. It's a place, right? Go back to the home. Go back to the Falcon. So when you're writing it out, it's really weird. The name of these things is Millennium Falcon, not the Millennium Falcon. But as you're writing it in fiction, it becomes kind of a problem. I don't know why this. So the Fondor, I may want to redo that label and just put Fondor. I'm going to try to take all the thes off of them, because the name of the ship is not the Fondor, right? It's just Fondor, or Fondor Hallcraft, I think it was called. It actually has a full model name and everything, but I'm not going to get into that really. So, all right, we got two. That one's going to be weird. That one's going to be weird. This one. So I may need your help on a couple of these because a lot of these are in space. Oh, this one will be easy. We'll save that one for later. So some of these are like strictly spaceships, and it's hard to come up with stuff that's not space, right? So here's an example. This is the Rocinante. This is the ship from The Expanse, and that's James Holden right there. So this is a Martian, Mars Navy MCRN. Is it MCRN or MRCN? Mars something Navy. It's a gunship from the Mars Navy, right? And they stole it. At most, you'll see it in docks around larger ships or larger stations. At no point, I won't say at no point, at 2 or 3 points during the entire run of the show, maybe even the book, does it actually land on a planet. One of them was Ganymede. I think it landed on Ganymede, and it landed on a planet that was on the other side of the Ring network, and I forget what the name of that planet is. But for the most part, it's a spaceship, right? Sits in space. So what do you do with that? So that's something to think about, which is why a lot of them are just on these kind of black stands, because I'm not really sure how to handle that. Another one that's going to be like that, and trust me, that's what this ship is, but it always falls apart. It's very fragile, is the Red Dwarf from the titular show, Red Dwarf. And as you can see, it comes apart really easily because it's a hexagonal ship that I've tried to keep together, but it always falls apart on me. I don't even know what. There we go. And here's a custom Dave Lister that I got from a minifig maker in the UK. He also comes with a hat. You can get a different version of him, but that's his jacket. So I got the one with the hair. So I'm going to put them together real quick, although it's just going to fall apart on me again. And we can talk about what to do with ships that really only exist in space. It's hard to, and most of these do as well, or I've got like the Orville in here too. I don't know that the Orville has ever landed any place, so it's hard to come up with a location or a way to make a stand out of that. Okay, it's got to be this. And then yeah, the problem with this guy is, yeah, I guess that's it. Like I said, it's really fragile. Could probably be handled better. I'm going to try to do it on camera a little bit, but as soon as I do, it falls apart. So just so you can kind of see, the insides of it are just rotating bricks on snot bricks. And I think I got it. Now once it's all together, it's pretty locked in there, but so yeah, so that's its hexagon shaped ship. It's got overlapping rails, so it can cover in some of the gaps, but it doesn't cover up all the gaps. And something is not really right about this. I'm gonna have to kind of figure out what's wrong with this. It fell apart really bad the other day, and I had this kid who actually ended up going to work for Lego try to fix it for me. It's like, hey man, you're going to work for Lego. You should be able to fix this ship. So he did his best. Yeah, it's, oh God. I don't know what it is. Okay. All this is going to have to come apart. I'm going to have to redo the whole thing. This is a problem. So that really stayed on there really well. So I may have to rebuild this a little bit, but I mean, we can work on it right now. But let's think about, or help me think about, Red Dwarf takes place exclusively. Thanks, Johnny. You too. We'll see you later. Ships like this take place exclusively in space, but to make a neat little stand for them, you know, do you just make a black stand? Like, it's hard to say what you're going to do with that. So, all right. I think this goes here. I don't even know how this goes back together now. I think I may have ruined it for myself. So that's the asteroid. So the asteroid should be on that side. So the Red Dwarf is basically a mining ship. It'll capture an asteroid and then use it as to make parts and whatnot. I think it's supposed to be like a terraforming ship, but I forget what I haven't seen it in a while, so I forget. I think this goes like this now. Okay, so that should go like this. There's another thing that sticks in here like that. That's where he sits. And then this should go like that. Nope, that doesn't work. Missy's having keyboard problems. I think that's right, but... I think this is turned. I feel like I'm missing pieces. Oh, I think I know what I did wrong. Nope, completely lost it. I have no idea what this ship looks like anymore. I'm wondering if I have instructions for it, because I completely forgot what this ship looks like. Nope. I did not make instructions. Do I have... I don't have fake instructions. I don't have... I have an IO file. Let's open up Studio and see what happens. So yeah, Red Dwarf is basically a British comedy in space, where the main character is a, I don't want to say lowly, but grab it from the other monitor over here. He's a sanitation worker, I think, and through a freak accident, he did something bad and then got punished for it. And I'm glad that these are working together here. He got put into like cryo freeze as punishment for something he did. And then the ship went, had a problem, and he woke up like 3 million years later or something like that. And the only people still left on the ship were a robot, a hologram of his boss, and a creature that evolved from his cat. And so that's it. So they, you know, they go on their merry way. And I forget, like, it's been seriously like 20 years since I watched it. I think they're trying to get home. I think they're trying to find, but they run into all kinds of weird aliens and stuff and other situations on their ship. Oh, what am I looking for? My brain is shot. Red Dwarf. Yeah, there's like a bunch of different like terms and stuff for what like they have different slang for a bunch of different things on the show. He only eats and drinks certain things because that's really all that's left on the ship, and blah blah blah. So, oh man, this is like, I didn't even group any of this together. Okay. Well, okay, let's hide this. Hide that. So on the front, we've got I'm going to take all these apart because I have no idea how this is all set up. So it's all these panels. It's all, you know, it's all 6 of these panels, 5 panels here, and then 3 kind of in the back. He sits like this, and then this one in the back. So I'm going to keep this one because I think that's still good. So on this front one, we've got this guy and this guy. And then behind him, we have 2 things going up. Like that. And then behind him, we've got things going the other way. Then behind him, we've got 2 things going down. So this is kind of what we're making, just a rotating. And then behind him, we've got, okay, so this is one of the panels that doesn't have rails on it. It's this one. This, and then we've got the seats, and then we've got behind him, so we got get rid of that, get rid of that. Then we've got what? Doesn't make any sense. I think a lot of this too is like it has to go together in order for it, like you've got to put some things on for it to fit with everything else. So yeah, this one goes on the outside here. And this one goes outside here. And then this one goes, I really didn't want to have to do this today, but I'm also not building on camera very well. I apologize for that. Okay, and then this one goes here. Now, probably shouldn't have done that because I think I've got stuff on the back. So this goes here. This goes here. What is that? Oh, that goes in the front. Okay. So this does go up here. This goes like that. Hopefully I don't wreck this by putting this in here. Let's put this guy on last. Okay, all is right with the world. I'm just gonna have to remember that I have to bring these instructions with me to Brick Rodeo when I get it all set up. So there you go. He's all fixed. Cannot tell where the camera is. And pretty stable. Like, not great, but you know, stable. He had a specific, I don't know what happened to his stand. Oh, here it is. So his was upside down. It's another thing to consider. Because of the way the ship is made, the stand has to be upside down. So it can fit a little bit in there. And like that. So when we're making a stand, we're going to make sure to make it upside down. So now that that's all fixed, these are two indications of, and I'm going to go ahead and close this, two indications of ships that are in space, and I don't really know what to do with them other than make them have black stands. You can put star fields around it, put like little dots and stuff, but that's, so I'm going to keep thinking about that. This one is going to be pretty easy to do. This is my own N1 Starfighter, a Mandalorian N1. So this is pre getting the official set, and I still like mine better, so I'm going to keep it. And if you want, you can swap out your little dome here for Grogu. Put him on there. But yeah, I think that looks pretty good. And it has a really small label on it, which is ridiculous. I may redo this one so it's too wide. I am gonna keep that. Keep this. But I don't need this now. The first time we see the N1, it is in, what was her name, Pelly? Pelly's garage, or Pelly's hangar, Pelly's maintenance bay. So we're done with Aldani. We're done with that. And I'm still bothered by this not showing up. I think I just have to do a new window. Leave that active and we'll do a new window. So this is still on Tatooine. You alright, Cat? Cat jumped off a rolling chair. Is it Pelly? What's her name? Yeah, Pelly Motto. Let's see if we can find, it's just going to be another circular bay like this. So all we have to do is get a tan plate, make a circular bay. Bob's your uncle, right? It doesn't. I wish it did. What's up, Publius? How's it going? Thanks for being here. Yeah, I don't know if you can get the chromium plates in this, the chromium color in these plates or in these pieces. Chromium is such a hard color to come by in Lego that it's you almost can never find it. You can get brushed metal, you can get silver, but chrome is like, there's like maybe 20 parts that are chrome ever. So it's hard to come up with that. So we're gonna do tan. We're gonna get some tan plates. I have an abundance of these nougat 1x8s. Oh, the USA is playing. Well, shoot. I'm gonna go catch the second half. So we'll keep this on here. But again, I might reprint that one because that's really small. So, but then we'll need stuff on the back. I have an abundance of dark orange 2x2s from a project that didn't go anywhere, which is actually another Tatooine project. So, all right. So we'll put the thing right here. It's kind of a small ship, so we'll kind of put it slightly farther back. Actually, I think I'll put it more in the middle because we need to make a circle because her docking bay is a little circle. So leave that on there. I don't have the tan round tiles, but I might have tan round bricks. So I got my bag of rounded bricks. Let's see what colors we have in here. The smaller the better. Those are probably too big. Aha. My luck, I'm going to have 3 of these or something. Get some ASMR in there for you. Alright, cool. So, I am going to move this back to its original place because we're going to put this little round docking bay up front, and then we're going to surround it with other buildings because docking bays have little towns built up around them on Tatooine, on most Espa, most Isley. I forget where Pelly's docking bay is, but then we can go crazy on the rest of this and cover it with these guys to make little huts. So let's see if we can do something like this. Do a bunch of these in various colors. Switch it up a little bit. But I want to do gold. That would be too... it'd throw it off a little bit. I barely want to do nougat, but I feel like I've got a lot of nougat, so... and nougat even probably isn't really great to have around these. I'm going to get a couple other like regular plates to fill in the bigger areas. Just a couple. Just to give it some character. There's going to be other docks in the area, but I'm not really worried about that. Stack a couple. Kaylee just ate a fly.
Yeah, so we can no longer say she went to harm a fly.
And then we've got a couple of these in the background that we will cover. And then we've got a lot of cheese wedges here that we can use. Did you brick build Lone Stars Winnebago? Not yet. I have it designed, but I don't have it built yet. That's on the list. Mostly because I need to find I need to kit bash a Lone Star. What other ships are on here? What other things can I put on here? A lot of these tiles. I'm just going to throw a lot of these tiles on here. Basically you need a dude in a shirt with like not even a bomber jacket, just like a leather jacket. And then I need a medal because he's got his medallion that he needs translated because he found it around his neck when he was a baby in the orphanage or wherever, I forget what that says. He's a gosh, I'm a honest to goodness prince. Okay. Let's do... Put a brick there. Put a... Good. All right. There is a Mos Eisley dock. Right? I almost feel like I could put in something else, but one other little thing over here. There. I'm happy with that. Okay. So we got Din Djarin's N1 Starfighter over Pelimato's little dock area. So that guy's done. Cool, cool, cool. A bunch of those medals, I'll give you one. Cool. Thanks, man. This is my drawer of stuff that I don't know what it is. Usually minifigure things, and I can already tell you I don't have a medal. Generally, I don't get minifigures. Like, I don't care about minifigures all that much. So, like, when CMFs come out, I don't get them. I got all the Space CMFs. I got that one series. Got about half of the Dungeons and Dragons one. And then maybe one or two of another theme because I had like a steampunk guy and a soccer goalie or a soccer referee. That was it. Okay, while we think of planet stuff for these guys, What other, let's see, we've got an A-Wing. What is that? It's a Rester cruiser that's in space. A-Wing's in space. Got 2 A-Wings, both in space. I have an A7 Howl Runner, or an I7 Howl Runner. So the I7 Howl Runner, that might be one we could look up. Because it was used on a planet in a comic book when Star Wars was done by Dark Horse, not Marvel, for a hot second. So this is your I7 Howl Runner. This is a Legends ship. Like, I don't know if it's been made canon or not, but it's one of my favorites. Like, it almost looks like the Battlestar Galactica not hatchet fighters, but what are those called? The hatchet fighters are the bad guys, but yeah, it looks like a Battlestar a Buck Rogers ship. So but again, this didn't even have a space one. Like, I don't know what I was doing with this stand. So we'll keep the tiles printed together. This can all be retired. The I7 Howl Runner was a ship, and like E.C. Henry and Fractal Sponge and Howard Day and all those guys have taken their cracks at redesigning the Howl Runner. Oh no, what I'm thinking I'm thinking of the V-Wing Airspeeder, which I don't think I've done a model of yet. The V-Wing Airspeeder was in the Dark Empire comic books, and there was a scene where they were fighting with the World Devastators, or fighting against them on like a water planet somewhere. May have been Mon Calamari, but I don't remember. So I don't know what planet to put this above. Maybe it'll give me like a history or something. Like some famous person flew one. Planet Kamar. There we go. Dangerous. After receiving a pivot or pack of Howl. Oh, okay. That's why it's named a Howl Runner. Cam Solisar, Dark Side Elite. He brought a 2-seated variant. Cam Solisar. Yeah, this is like all during the Yuzon Vong stuff. Is there any pictures of like planets or anything that he was on? I guess I could do this. You know what? Let's do a hangar bay. Star Destroyer hangar bay. And I don't know why my music keeps deciding that after 20 minutes it's done. Look at all this music. I go shuffle and play, and it goes, yep, I'm going to play 4 songs. And we've heard this one a million times. Thank you. So let's see. That's pretty good. We'll just do something like this. Rounded sides, dark gray, plating. We'll just do that. So we've got the great Calyx drawer over there holding the Stairlight 3 drawers, but every time I open and close a drawer, the whole box shifts. So I'm gonna have to cover the shelves with like drawer liner so they don't move. Because one of these days I'm gonna pull this out and the whole drawer is gonna dump out on top of me, and that's not gonna be fun. All right, so we're gonna put these together. And this guy is gonna sit. Okay, nice and stable. Let's put him here. Oh, this guy sits a little forward, so that's okay. All right, keep that there. And let's tile this guy. Let's put some slopes on the sides of it first. Where'd my two? There they are. So I think I will probably get the Dragon Ball Z sets, and again, it's probably only going to be, I can foresee it being a lot of figures. Here's what I think is going to happen. We'll get a lot of figures, but we'll get Shenron, we'll get Vegeta, and what's the dude's name? Maybe not even his second lieutenant. It's not Ranma, but it's something like that. Get their pods, their travel pods, Vegeta's, or what's his name? Frieza will have the same one. Any number of Capsule Corp vehicles. You'll get the as soon as I want to talk about it, that's when all the lore escapes my brain. Roshi's house will be in there. King Kai's house will be in there. I'm just trying to think of things. There's probably going to be like I'll tell you right now, there's probably going to be like a buildable figure of Goku on Nimbus. Also, they're doing Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball. I think it's Dragon Ball Z, right? Nappa, thank you. Yeah, Nappa was the first one that Goku kind of destroyed. Oh wait, I want to do this in. And then we're going to do a bunch of panels. Big panels. Bag of panels. Don't have any dark bluish gray. Okay. Ew, gross. You can see the discoloration. Man, I have no idea where this camera is. I'm doing such a bad job of this. That one needs to be treated. Okay, be right back. Get some tiles. Okay, this one is done. So the Howl Runner isn't necessarily an Imperial ship. It's developed by Incom, which makes X-Wings, and you can kind of tell the X-Wing motif. This is definitely not a Pioneer class ship, but there were Howl Runners developed in, so you can make the same one, and instead of white and orange, you could color it gray with dark gray highlights and have it be an Imperial version if you wanted to. Kind of like what they did with the V-Wings, where there's with most ships, like there were Republic versions and then there were Imperial versions. So you'd get Republic LAATs and then Imperial LAATs, or V-Wings, or I don't think like ARC 170s made it, and I don't think Torrents made it, but the V-Wings definitely did, because they're sort of a kind of a precursor to a TIE fighter. So, all right, so we have 4 done. I think we've got time for 1 more. And again, a lot of these are, so the Gozanti, I could do another Lothal, but I've already done Lothal. What is this? I don't even know what this ship is. Oh, can I do Scarif with this one? This is a pirate ship. I don't know what pirate ship that's on. And that's the... That's Jango Fett's. Oh! Yeah, we could do this one. Let's do Jango's. Because Jango Fett's we can do on... My cat just wants to walk over all my Lego shelves. I've got a big shelf over here that's got the Venator, the big Venator, and the shuttle with the Boeing on it. And he just loves hopping over the 2 of them. And then walks along the bottom of the shelf with all my bunch of other sets. I'm like, dude, really? So Jango we can put on Camino, on the landing pad on Camino. So this is basically, and this is really funky because it's, because this is its flight thing. You want it in an action pose, right? So I had to get the label off to the side so you could see without raising this all the way up, and then it's a real top heavy. So we have to come up with a different thing. This is basically, so this model is based on the Slave One San Diego Comic-Con exclusive that I wanted. That was kind of the reason I started making Microfighters, because I really wanted this, but there was no way I was going to pay $200 to get this. Came in like a tin, this and like a land speeder and Darth Maul's scimitar and I can't remember if Jack's stealth fighter came with that too. There's a handful of like San Diego Comic-Con exclusives, but this was before they became known as Microfighters. They were just called like mini builds or something like that. So anyway, I got the instructions and built this out of just parts that I had and ordered from Bricklink, but then I turned it into Jango Fett's as well. And I think this Jango Fett is like, I don't know if I've got the right head or if I've got a different head, but it's got this balaclava head that I think is an old, I'm not a minifigure person, so y'all help me out, but I think that's an old Boba Fett head. Or it may have been Jango Fett's head from a really old set. But anyway, so that's an old Jango Fett. I'm not allowed to keep this on the floor of the exhibit hall, so I need to find like a stand-in minifig for this, because I don't think this is a good thing to leave out. I think it's pretty rare. If it's all the right, I've got it all right, I'll just throw like a Mandalorian figure in here or something like that. So anyway, there's the scene where Jango and little Boba are fighting Obi-Wan on one of these landing pads. And this is a Battlefront version of it, but that's his, when he's got his Delta Sprite. That looks similar to what it is, with these big pillars on it. See if we've got a yeah, so it's got these kind of fun, these are Lego built ones, but there we go. So yeah, this would be pretty cool. Make it kind of round and have these light up pillars next to it. That wouldn't be too bad. Here we go. Perfect. This is perfect. Exactly what I need. So we're going to try to make this stand up. We might need an extra thing behind it. So is everyone excited for Brick Rodeo? Y'all got your MOCs ready to go? I don't know if all the games have been announced yet. I think they have, and the schedule's out. I don't think it closes. I think we still have about a week until all the games close. So make sure to go get your games registered. Again, I'm going to need another dark plate. Just when I think I'm out of these, they're just floating right on top there. All right, so I'm excited for Brick Rodeo 2. I'm also like excited to just get it going. The planning is killing me. I've got trivia written. I need to change all the slides. I don't really need a presentation outline for Studio. I just kind of go through all of its features and answer questions along the way. I need to do a daytime trivia. And then I need to ask either Josh or somebody else to help me print all the papers for it. I need to do a digital version of a model for the Microfighter thing that I'm talking about. I'm basically going to make a Y-Wing, the Y-Wing model in studio and talk about how to change things up and whatever. But yeah, also I've got to set all this up, right? It's going to be kind of an event, just getting everything set up. So all right, I'm going to see what I can do with these. This can't be perfectly round, obviously, but although I guess I could. I say obviously like there's some restriction that's not of my own making. Yeah, I can't wait to see everybody's MOCs too. I can't wait to be sad about how horrible of a designer we all are when we see all the super rad things that everybody else has brought. We're like, oh man, that's amazing. I'm gonna go burn every Lego I own now. Okay, it's gonna be weird, so I gotta make sure to get this right. I don't like the way that does that. Yeah, it's all right. And I'm gonna do, I may reprint this one because it's really squarely and off-centered. Okay, let's make some light poles to go in the back there, because I don't think I'm going to get any better on those tiles. And was able to use some cool parts. Cool parts. I don't think I have enough gray. Might. Haha. Sorry, I left everybody alone there for a hot second. All right. I kind of like... All right. So there's your landing pad. Now we need lights. I'm going to put these guys back. Still haven't figured out what to do with an all-space stand. Okay, I'm going to be slightly creative here. It's getting crowded up in here. So let's see. I need 2 of these. 2 of these. Oh, yeah, because I didn't need that piece at all. Dang it. That's the other reason I want to get rid of this hutch over here is every time a piece, because I'm standing on hardwood floor, every time a piece hits the floor, it rolls under there. It doesn't roll sideways where I can see it, it rolls straight under there. So we can see the light towers there. These are now the light towers. I'm using these lantern pieces. Put those on the back end here, like so. And there's your landing pad. Like that. Easy peasy. Still not 100% used to where I put everything. But as you can see, it still kind of covers up the rest of the model. So I may still like put the label out to the side a little bit, so you can see it a little better. There's also plenty of room here. I may. If I don't do it now, I'm not going to do it. So let's just do it. I also just remembered I have to record a video of... Oh, that won't work. I have to record a video of the con MOC being put together. Hopefully this will work. Nope. Shoot. I was really hoping that would work. So now we got a little further back. That's a little better. Not too bad. 5 done tonight. I think that's pretty good. What time is it? I think that's enough time. Okay, so I think that should be it for tonight. I still have some that I have left to do, but I may do these on my own if I feel like I've got enough space left on a table to be able to do them. But here's your 3 stands for your ships. Not too bad. Plus reworking the Red Dwarf. Get that rebuilt. If you guys have any ideas on how to handle ships in space, drop me a line in on Discord. Always looking for discussions about Lego and whatever else. So drop on by there and say hi and hang out and do whatever. So you guys have a really good weekend coming up. I'll have to figure out if I'm doing anything Sunday or not, but keep an eye out for it on YouTube, and we'll talk to you again soon. Bye.